So, we're going to be talking about this topic that is really important. Um, Today's live stream is called You Were Born to Lead. Stop shrinking and get certified as a life coach in 5 steps. All right. So, my name is Crystalline Bell, and I want to thank you for joining me on the live stream. I'm the founder of Badass Butterfly Spiritual Life Coaching, and I have this incredible certification program for women who want to become certified as spiritual life coaches. And you might be wondering, well, what's the difference between a life coach and a spiritual life coach? Crystalline, I don't even know what that is. I totally understand. It's a question that I get asked very often. And actually, the reason I call it a spiritual life coach certification is because I ask you to take an inside out approach to helping your clients heal and transform. So let's say that you want to help people in their careers. Well, there are a lot of programs out there that would say, okay, well, what you have to do is, you're going to help a person with their resume. You're going to look at their skill set and you're going to coach them by by doing logical things to get them to find the career that they want. Well, as a spiritual life coach, you're more likely to kind of start on the inside. So you would maybe see where that person is with relationship to their emotions, to their relationship with energy, to their relationship even with God or spirituality. So my coaching certification is not based on any kind of a religion. Um, I don't, I'm not affiliated with any kind of a religion. I don't care to do that. For me, it's about understanding what your heart feels and using the connection to self, to energy, to life. And if you want to bring God into it, you can do that. Personally, when I worked with people as a coach, now I primarily do business mentorship, and I primarily work with women who are who are new to coaching and they want to kind of start coaching from this spiritual perspective. So what I do is um, I help women understand that the trauma that they've gone through, the experiences that they've had in their life, their own personal wounding is actually a great starting point for becoming a life coach. Why? Because you've made it as far as you have, and you've learned some really difficult lessons along the way. So, if you start your coaching business from this perspective, what you're going to find is that it's a very authentic way of working. It's a very nurtured way of working. You'll find that it's also very supported energetically. Why? Because you've lived it and you are already clued in about how you can help other people. Now, a lot of you are thinking, but Crystalline, I have not overcome my own trauma. I totally hear you. And I have to say that it's okay. You don't have to be perfect in order to help other people heal and transform. You just have to know where you are and where they are, and you want to create a system to help them improve their lives. You're not going to help them become perfect, right? That's not up to them. That's not up to you. That doesn't even happen. Everything is more about growth and expansion. And people are looking for support in their challenges. So, yes, you do need to be able to take people to good objectives and you need to help people deliver attain their goals. But you don't have to. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to have clarity and you have to have a plan that will help people achieve their objectives. All right. So I want to tell you about this 10-day challenge that I'm hosting. It's called Launch Your Coaching Career, a 10-day challenge to build your brand, share your story, and take the first step toward certification. So it's 10 days of videos and worksheets, and it's just an incredible program that I've put together. And we're going to help you focus on understanding what your brand is. We are going to help you. Actually, I'm going to bring out my notes because I want to make sure that I don't forget something. Right. So there are four different pillars that you're going to learn about. The first is you're going to um, learn the art of holding space for emotional trauma. So a lot of people are going to come to you and they're going to want a new job, or they're going to want a relationship, or they're going to want to improve something in their lives, but there's some emotional trauma that they've not dealt with that's probably holding them back. Your job as a coach is going to be to help them deal with that emotional trauma. And in order to do that, you want to be able to feel really good about your own relationship with yourself as a leader. So, this first pillar that you're going to learn is about mastering the art of holding space so that you can be the best leader that you can be. So, it's really all about spiritual leadership in the first pillar. Now, the second pillar that you're going to learn is about attracting clients who are really excited to work with you. And this is super important because you can't really call yourself a coach if you don't know how to get clients. And I remember back when I was first getting started, I was really eager to become a coach, but I was really terrified because I had this feeling of dread. Literally, it was dread. I had this feeling like people are not going to come to me, even though I knew that I would do a good job because I was, I could sense that I was a good coach. I had good programs that I had put together, but I remember having that feeling of dread. And what I've learned, because now I have really good success with bringing clients in and attracting wonderful people that are excited to pay me. They're happy to work with me. They're happy to invest in my programs. These are all important things. But I have to say, it was a lot easier than I thought. I was afraid in my mind, but actually, the system for attracting people is a lot easier than you might think. So, what I've done is put together a system for you. And in this challenge, the second pillar is about understanding what that system is. Now, the third pillar, now there are four pillars. So this is pillar number three. Pillar number three is about coming up with your soul aligned mission blueprint. So you're thinking, what in the world is that? Well, for me, the thing that's most important with being a coach, and this is really why I think it's really not important about like why you don't have to be perfect. Your soul wants you to be exactly where you are. You're exactly in the right spot. Your soul has also kind of blossomed and awakened you to this idea that you would be a life coach. So your soul contains the mission for your work as a life coach. For me, the third pillar is about tuning into that mission of your soul and illuminating it, understanding what it is. And once you shine the light on that mission, the certification process becomes really easy because you are focused on the mission and you are focused on what your soul wants to bring. And you know it's right because you feel it in your heart and you feel it in your soul. So I find that to be really exciting, and I can't wait to teach you that in the challenge. So the link, by the way, for the challenge is in the comments, and I know my team has already dropped that link for you. So hopefully you're getting that. And I'm going to check in at the end and see who's on with me, but I'm going to make sure that I get through these four pillars and tell you how the challenge is going to work so that it is actually uh, clear. All right. So the pillar number four is for me, something that a lot of certification programs neglect, and that is exactly how do you build a coaching business? It's like we give you a certification, they give you a certification. I would not give you a certification and not teach you how to make clients, how to build clients. I wouldn't give you a certification and be like, now you go figure out the business. I would never do that. Okay. I teach you also, in addition to certifying you, I teach you how to actually build your business, laying every brick from point A all the way down to point Z. All right. So, part of this challenge is helping you understand exactly what your business, what those different steps are, and giving you like a roadmap so that you can actually know what the steps are, what order they need to go in, so that as you're moving through your certification process, you are clear and you don't have to be in that panic, anxiety mode because you don't know what to do or what comes next, right? So I want to tell you now how the challenge is going to work. So it's 10 days, and we're going to be delivering you all of the information through email, but there's also a page where the challenge resources are kept. So on that challenge page, there are the daily videos, there are um, workbooks and worksheets and timelines and things like that. All right. So all of that is on the resource page. But in addition to that, you're going to receive the daily emails so that you stay on track. I want to make sure that you remember every day that you have this work to do. So what we're going to really what you should be experiencing by doing this challenge is number one, you should have a real awakening in yourself about the power of your soul and why you are here to help people. That's really important. That's the starting point. If you get that right, then you are going to feel like a powerhouse. You are going to be so excited to do your work. And that is going to give you the courage to move forward and serve the people that you love, the people that you want to help. Now, you're also going to really wake up your inner leader. That leader is already inside you, but it's like the caterpillar and the butterfly. The caterpillar is there and the butterfly is already inside them. What we have to do is put you in tune with your inner butterfly, with the coach that is in you already. And we need to nourish her and strengthen her and get her ready to emerge. So that's what you're also going to be like going through. I'm going to initiate you into this over the 10 days of the challenge. You're also, during this challenge, you're going to learn the truth about making money as a coach. And you're going to learn that it's not about chasing clients, it's not about chasing money, but it's really about setting yourself up to succeed on your coaching mission on five dimensions, right? So that's the dimension of yourself, making sure that you are aligned within yourself, making sure that you have good offers set up, making sure that you have a good, solid presence on the platforms like your website or social media, making sure that you also have a great strategy in place, and making sure that you're a good coach and that you actually have the tools that you need. Okay. So I'm going to teach you about those five dimensions in the challenge. All right. Another thing you're going to learn is, and this to me is really, really fun, but you're going to learn about your brand. So your brand is not really your logo. Your brand is like who you are really. It's how you look, it's how you speak, it's what you preach, it's how you're going to help people. That's your coaching brand. Your coaching brand is also the traumas that you've gone through. So in this challenge, you're going to learn how to put all this stuff together so that you can see how these things work, and it's going to help you move forward so that you are ready to get certified as a coach and you are ready to start building your business. All right. So I have put all of this together on the web page. So, ladies, I'm sure you've dropped the link in the comments so you can check everything out there. Now, I want to give you the five major pathways that you need to follow in order to really get certified and to set up your business. Okay. So the first pathway is about um, doing the work on yourself. Now, where you are right now, you've already done a lot of work on yourself. But before you get certified or before you receive certification, you need to do some specific work on yourself that is rooted around the pain that you're going to help other people heal within themselves. Now, remember that I said you don't have to be perfect to help other people heal. That is true. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be working on yourself. That is really important. So, what I do in my certification program is I help you, number one, uncover that trauma that you want to help other people heal and transform in their lives. And then what we do is we help you work on yourself, like you do some shadow work on yourself. You do some healing work on yourself. You do all these things to help you get in touch with the pain, to identify it, and to transform it. Now, that's the first step. The second step is where you're going to actually identify the people that you are really here to help. These are the people who most likely can relate to the pain that you have gone through. Like one of our students in the certification program, she is so good at being really clear and communicating, even though she has strong emotions. So for me, I get very fiery. I tend to be like anger would be one of the things that I need to really learn how to control. Well, she's gone through having, anger issues. I don't know if she has anger issues, but she really had to learn how to deal with her anger and put it in perspective. And when she was sitting down and looking at her past pain, what she realized is that she wants to help women who, or not just women, men and women who have issues with being perceived as angry or aggressive. So she's building an entire program to help people. She understands that pain. She's walked through that fire and she's come out the other side with a lot of wisdom. So she's taking that wisdom and she's bringing it into her coaching program. Does that mean that she's never going to get angry again? That she's never gotten angry after she's healed? No, that's not what that means. It means, though, that she has learned a lot from her journey with anger, and she has created wisdom within herself, and she is doing the work to refine that wisdom and bring it to the people who will benefit. I know that I love that idea. I would benefit from her and I would invest with her. Now, to me, this is like alchemy. Alchemy is when you take a base metal and you turn it into gold. And the way you got you got a base metal and you have some gold. You don't bring the gold down to the level of the base metal, what you do is you hold the gold high and you elevate, you raise the vibration of the base metal so that it is vibrating at the level of gold. And that is what my students do in my certification program. They go through a deep initiation and they create their offers that help people. And actually, that's the third pathway. And it's about creating. So the first pathway is working on yourself. The second pathway is understanding the needs of the people that you're going to help. The third pathway is understanding that you need to create that offer that's going to actually help people. Because, you're not a fairy. You can't just like wave a magic wand and be like, okay, I'm a life coach fairy. I just wave a wand and everybody gets better. No, you have to take people on a journey of healing and transformation. So that third step, that third pathway is about walking through the journey of building out that program. And that's where you really have to be in communication with your heart and your soul so that you can make the program authentic to you. But you also want to have that divine guidance so that your program feels like it's safe and supported by something, not just you and your ego, but really that I call it my spiritual guidance team that works through me to make sure that I've put things in the right order, that I've gone deep enough in the things that I write, in the articles that I write, or the text that I'm writing, that I'm going deep enough in the videos that I'm creating, and whatever it is that I'm creating in the program, I want to make sure that it's, guided by God and not just about my ego, right? So there's research that I have to do. I have to really kind of, cross-reference things and make sure that I am, doing my work as someone who wants to help other people. But I also want to make sure that God is, kissing what I'm doing and giving me, saying like, yes, Crystal Lynn, this is the right thing for you to be creating, and this is why I have the success rate that I do, because I'm always running things by God. My program is not based on my ego at all. I mean, my ego contributed, some fear and stuff like that because I did have fear, when I was building. So a lot of what I learned was because of fear, like that fear of I don't know how I'm going to get clients. That was a spark for me to learn how to get clients, right? So fear played a very creative role for me so that when I built my certification program, I made sure that everybody knows exactly what to do to get clients. And so that's really, really, really helpful. All right. The fourth pathway is the dimension or the pathway of your platforms. All right. So you've got to do work to make sure that you are visible and out there in all the right places. There are a lot of options for you. You can be on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or any of those other platforms that are out there. And the question is, it's not which one is the best. Where can I get where am I going to be the most successful? It's really about where your ideal clients are and how do you need to show up on that platform to attract your ideal clients? Because there's no point in being on Facebook if your clients aren't on Facebook. And one of the things we discovered with one of my students is that, she thought, okay, all of my clients are on LinkedIn, but then it turned out that they're on LinkedIn during the day when they are looking for something very specific, but they aren't browsing LinkedIn in the way she needs them to in order to kind of deal with their heart stuff. Like they're not dealing with their heart stuff on LinkedIn. They're doing that more on Instagram and on Facebook. So that was a shift that she made, an awakening that she had while she was in the program. And so she's able to kind of again, work authentically, but doing it on the right platform, it's super important. Also, I am a really big believer in having a website and a blog that you use regularly. Now, is it the only way to do it? No, not at all. But if you want to have a six-figure business and you want success that sustains, meaning you don't want to do feast or famine. All right. You need to have a website and a blog that is always there and always providing a space, a presence for you online so that people can know exactly what you do and how you can help them. And website is great for that. Okay. But you also need to have social media platforms. You also need to have your landing pages where you can put your offers for the moment. You also need your curriculum for your platform. So all of that goes in this fourth pathway. And that's a very exciting time because once you're working on this fourth pathway, you are working with, you've done a lot of work and you are now putting yourself out there as a coach. It's really, really wonderful. Now, the fifth pathway is actually what I call the path of emergence. It's where you're actually putting yourself out on a regular basis. You're writing, you're making posts, you're telling people that you're a coach, you're inviting people in to work with you, you're telling them about your program, you're telling them about your coaching philosophy, you're sharing your blog with them. It is so exciting. So I hope that this is really clear. I hope that you are excited to become a certified life coach. And I really hope that you are going to do this challenge with me. It's just $27 to sign up for all 10 days. And again, it's called Launch Your Coaching Career, a 10-day challenge to build your brand, share your story, and take the first step toward certification. Now, I think I forgot to say that the challenge begins on March 19th and it runs through the 20th. I'm going to give you a little extra time. No, I keep saying through the 20th. It's going to run through the 30th. Okay. So March 19th through March 30th. And I wanted to give you extra time because we're starting it on a Wednesday. And if it's during the week and sometimes you're busier. If you're like me, you tend to do a little bit more of that kind of spiritual unwinding on the weekends. So you might have to, put some things off to the weekend. So that's why I'm giving you a little extra day there over the last few days because that's on that Sunday. So you can take that time to catch up. All right. If you complete all 10 days and we'll do a little check-in to see how you do, but if you complete all 10 days, I'm giving you a certificate that says that you finished this 10-day challenge to launch your coaching career. And that's going to get you in the habit of getting of getting your certificates. And that's what we want, man. We want to tell the universe, yes, this is real for me. All right. So thank you so much for watching today's live stream. I'll be back again next week, but please sign up now for the Launch Your Coaching Career 10-day challenge. And I look forward to seeing you there. All right. Bye for now, friends. Mwah. Bye.